Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may happen to be. We are some of the members of the Reitz Theater Players group. And as I'm sure you're aware, our theater has been closed for the last, year, basically, solid year. We are basically trying to do some online things that we can do remotely. Um, the theater itself is we've got a lot of renovations and things going on there, so it's really not in any condition to be gathering there right now. Anyway, today we are going to be recording the radio script from 1946 of the Maltese Falcon, a very well-known Sam Spade detective movie. Or it was a movie, and then of course this particular show is a radio show called Academy Award, which was actually adaptations of other media using very famous actors that had won Academy Awards. So I wanted to show you, we're not charging for this event. It will be out on our YouTube channel and also on social media once we get it wrapped up here. I'm just going to show you our theater website real quick, just to point out to you that we have a donation link right here on the front page. If you enjoyed today's performance, we hope you do, that we would love it if you could log on there and help support the Reitz Theater, help us keep things going while we are closed here and until we can resume normal operations. So you'll see a donation link. You'll also see a gift certificate link that you can purchase gift certificates, which will give you credit for future shows. We are not doing season tickets right now because we're a little unsure yet of when we are going to be able to resume operations. So those are two real easy ways that you can help support us. If, like I said, if you enjoyed today's performance, feel free to go on our website. It's just www.reitztheater.com, and you can help support us that way. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our cast for today. And playing the part of Brigid is Ashley Neiger. And playing the part of Sam Spade is Dave Glass. Playing the part of the announcer is Karen Allgeier. And playing the part of Wilmer is Todd Shindeldecker. Playing the part of Gutman is Andy Benson. And playing the part of Cairo is Stephen Walsh. And doing sounds today is Mr. Darin Glass. And I will be providing a bit of musical interlude here and there as we go. And without further ado, we now present the Maltese Falcon.
The House of Squibb presents Academy Award. Every week, Squibb brings you Hollywood's finest, the great picture plays, the great actors and actresses, techniques and skills from the honor roll of those who have won or been nominated for the famous Golden Oscar of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. And now, E.R. Squibb & Sons, manufacturing chemists of the medical profession since 1858, bring you the distinguished star, Mr. Humphrey Bogart, who, as Best Actor of the Year, was nominated for the 1943 Academy Award. You will also hear Miss Mary Astor, who won the 1941 Academy Award as Best Supporting Actress of the Year. And Sidney Green, the Academy Award as Best Supporting Actor. Tonight, Miss Bogart, Miss Astor, and Mr. Greenstreet will play the famous roles they created for the screen in The Maltese Falcon, the thrilling mystery which was nominated as Best Picture of the Year in 1941.
My name is Spade, Sam Spade, license number 357896, issued by the Police Department of San Francisco. Occupation, private detective, sometimes known as Private Eye. My files in the case of the Maltese Falcon are closed, but I've got the Maltese Falcon. I've got it and some dough. My partner got moited and a very slick chick went up for life. I'll tell you all about it. This slick dame comes to see me one day, gives me a song and dance about her sister and a guy named Floyd Thursby. She wants us to get her sister back before her mother and father get in from Hawaii. I put my partner Miles Archer on the case. That night he gets murdered. And so does this guy Thursby. I go around to the apartment where the dame is living, the one called Brigid O'Shaughnessy. She had something I seemed to go for.
Oh, Mr. Spade, come in.
I have come in.
Yes, so you have. Mr. Spade, tell me, am I to blame for last night?
You warned us that Thursby was dangerous. Of course, you lied to us about your sister and all that, but that doesn't count. We didn't believe you.
Oh, help me, Mr. Spade. I need help so badly. I've no right to ask you, but I do ask you. Help me.
You won't need much of anybody's help. You're good. You're awful good. It's chiefly your eyes, I think, and that throb you get in your voice when you say things like, "Help me, Mr. Spade."
I deserve that. But oh, the lie was in the way I said it, and not at all in what I said.
If I'm going to help you, I've got to have some sort of a line on your Floyd Thursby.
I met him in the Orient. We came here from Hong Kong last week.
Did he kill Archer?
Yes, certainly.
Picked a nice sort of
Only
playmate.
the sort that could have helped me if he'd been loyal.
How bad a hole are you actually in?
As bad as could be.
Physical danger?
I'm not heroic. I don't think there's anything worse than death.
Then it's that.
It's that as surely as we're sitting here. Unless you help me.
Who killed Thursby? Your enemies or his?
I don't know. His, I suppose. I'm afraid I don't know.
Who are those enemies?
Well, there's a small, dark man with white teeth and a smooth, dangerous fat man.
Oh, this is hopeless. Well, how much money have you got?
I have about $500 left.
Give it to me. There's only 400 here.
I had to keep some to live on.
Okay. I'll be back as soon as I can. You needn't come to the door with me. I can let myself out. I went by the office then and found a dark little guy with very white teeth waiting for me. His name was Cairo. He was a Greek.
Mr. Spade, I'm trying to recover an ornament that has been, shall we say, mislaid. I thought and hoped you could assist me.
Uh-huh.
The ornament is a statuette, this black figure of a bird. I am prepared to pay the sum of $5,000 for its recovery, and no questions asked.
5,000's a lot of money. It's a very interesting figure.
You will put your hands behind your neck and clasp them together. Spade.
Huh? Oh, sure.
I shall shoot you if you try to stop me, Mr. Spade, but I must search your office.
You won't find anything but a pair of worn-out rubbers, a half pint of rum, and a pack of chewing gum.
We shall see. Please stand up.
This way?
No, it's the other way.
Sure. I'll take the gun, Mr. Cairo. Now get up.
I am very slow at things like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I still prepared to pay the $5,000 for the return of the figure. Do you have it, Mr. Spade?
No.
If it is not here, why did you just risk serious injury to prevent my searching for it?
Well, should I sit around and let people come in and stick me up?
You wish some assurance of my sincerity, a retainer.
I might.
Say,
You better make it 200. Thanks. Your first guess was that I had the bird. What's your second guess?
you know where it is, where you can get it.
So you're not hiring me to do murder or burglary, but to get back the figure in some lawful way? Say, from a dame with red hair or a smooth, dangerous fat man?
Oh, so you know. You must be beware of them. They were stopping nothing. May I have my pistol now?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'd forgotten it.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Spade, you will kindly clasp your hands behind your neck.
What the?
Don't move. Fight soon. I insist.
Finally got rid of the Greek and started back for Brigid O'Shaughnessy's apartment. As a matter of fact, I had a hunch that the Greek was going there himself and started to tail his cab when a sad-faced guy poked something in the back of into my back and said,
"Come on, the fat man wants to see you." Here he is, Mr. Gutman, the guy who was talking to the dame and that Greek.
Ah, Mr. Spade.
to Gutman.
We begin well, sir. I distrust a man who talks too much.
I like to talk.
Of course, talking something you cannot do judiciously, unless you keep in practice.
Yeah.
Now, sir, we will talk if you like. And I'll tell you right out that I am a man who likes talking to a man who likes to talk.
Well, will we talk about the blackbird?
You are the man for me, sir. No beating about the bush, right to the point. Let us talk about the blackbird, by all means. Mr. Spade, have you any conception of how much money can be got for that blackbird?
No.
Well, sir, if I told you half, you'd call me a liar.
No. Well, I know what it's supposed to look like. I know the value in human life you people put on it.
Mr. O'Shaughnessy didn't tell you what it is, and Cairo didn't either.
He offered me $10,000 for it.
10,000. And dollars, mind you, not even pounds. They must know what it is. Or do they? What is your impression?
I can't tell. They're both lying.
If they don't know, I am the only one in the whole wide, sweet world who does.
Swell. When you've told me, that'll make two of us.
Mathematically correct, sir. But I do not know for certain that I'm going to tell you.
Oh, don't be foolish. You know what it is, and I know where it is. That's why I'm here.
Well, sir, where is it?
Don't be silly.
You see, I must tell you what I know, but you will not tell me what you know. That is hardly equitable, sir. No, I don't think we can do business along those lines.
Yeah? Well, think again and think fast. I can get along without you. And keep that gunsel away from me while you're making up your mind. I'll kill him.
Well, sir, I must say you have a most violent temper.
Well, what are you wasting time for? You've got till 5:30, and then you're either in or out for keeps. 3 characters and a blackbird. Well, all I knew was my partner was dead, and the cops were getting very uncooperative about the whole thing, including who killed Floyd Thursby. I thought I'd better get back to see that O'Shaughnessy dame before it was too late, and sure enough, it almost was.
They came here and took him away.
Took who away? Who?
The police. They wanted to talk to you, too. They took Mr. Cairo with them.
What was he doing here?
He came to talk about the bird.
Hey, what is this bird, this falcon that everybody's all steamed up about?
Well, suppose I wouldn't tell you anything at all about it. Wild and unpredictable.
Maybe.
Well, it's a black figure, as you know, smooth and shiny of a bird, a hawk or a falcon, about 12 inches high.
What makes it so important?
I don't know. They wouldn't tell me, but they promised me 500 pounds if I helped them get it from the man who had it.
Go ahead.
They promised me 500 pounds to help them, and I did. Then we found that Joel Cairo was going to take the Falcon and desert Floyd and me, and so we did. We did that to Joel first.
You are a liar.
I am a liar. I always have been a liar.
Well, don't brag about it. Is there any truth at all in that yawn?
Some, not much.
Well, we've got plenty of time. I'll put some coffee on and we'll try this again.
I'm so tired. So tired of lying and thinking up lies and not knowing what is a lie and what is the truth. Oh, darling, don't stare at me like that. Come closer, darling.
It is something to do while waiting. Why not?
Kiss me, Sam Spade. Kiss me.
Why not? Ah, it happens every time. I'll get it.
Be careful, darling.
Okay, come on, you. He wants to see you.
Well, if it isn't the fat man's killer. Hello, pale face. How many day?
For you.
No,
Darling, what does he want?
he wants me. The fat man's been thinking things over.
Well, Mr. Spade, I must apologize for sending for you in this fashion.
Ah, never mind. Let's talk about the bird.
All right, let's. What do you think of the order of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem?
Crusaders or something, weren't they?
Very good. In 1539, these crusading knights persuaded Emperor Charles V to give them the island of Malta. He made but one condition. They were to pay him each the tribute of a falcon, in acknowledgement that Malta was still under Spain. Do you follow me?
Yeah.
Have you any conception of the happy thought of sending the emperor the first year's tribute, not an insignificant live bird, but a glorious golden falcon, encrusted from head to foot with the finest jewels in their coffers? Allow me to replenish your drink, sir. Well, what do you think of these knights? In 1713, the bird showed up in Sicily. In 1840, it showed up in Paris. And it had, by that time, acquired a coat of black enamel, looking like nothing but a fairly interesting black statue. In 1923, a Greek dealer found it in an obscure Paris shop. He knew what it was. I heard about it in London, and I rushed over to buy it. But the Greek was murdered, and the falcon was gone. That was 23 years ago. And for 23 years, I have searched for the bird. I traced it to the home of a Russian general, Kemedov, but he wouldn't sell, even though he knew nothing of its value. I was forced to send my agents after it, and they got it, sir. But I haven't got it. But I am going to get it, sir. How soon are you willing to produce the falcon?
A couple of days.
That is satisfactory. Well, sir, here's a fair bargain, and profits large enough for both of us.
What's your idea of a fair bargain?
Shall I say 100,000?
Why not?
What do you say to $250,000?
Oh, then you think the dingus is worth $1 million, huh?
Why not?
Yeah. Say, I feel kind of funny, Gutman. That drink.
My dear man, how could you suggest anything so crude? Wilmer? Wilmer?
Yeah? The drink got him, huh?
Put your guns away, Wilmer. You must learn to be subtle in these things, like me.
Out like a light, huh? Well, I owe him something, a louse. He thinks he's tough. Let's see if he can take this.
All right, Wilmer. That's enough. You've kicked him enough, Wilmer. It is a sight of blood.
In a moment, you will hear the second part of Academy Award. You yourself uncovered jewels more precious than the rarest gems every time you smile. Your teeth are priceless. Preserve their natural build. For the polishing agent in this quality dentifrice is one of the safest, softest, and yet most effective known to dental science. That's why you can actually see the refreshments too. That's because the delightful flavor bed of machine refreshing action of Squab Dental Cream leaves your teeth and gums feeling gloriously clean. So, you will hear part 2 of the Maltese Falcon. But first, we want to thank Warner Brothers for making this story available. And one more thing, on August 6th, Warner Brothers will celebrate the 20th anniversary of Sound. Warner Brothers on this historic anniversary. And now, the House of Squib presents part 2 of Academy Award, starring Humphrey Bogart in The Maltese Falcon with Mary Astor and Sidney Greenstreet.
I guess the name of Sam Spade was a cinch for the back page obituaries, but I came out of it somehow. I wanted to deal with the house dick to let me search it. All I could find was a newspaper in the wastebasket, folded back to the steamship news. There was a list of rivals, and one of them was marked. It said 8:07 a.m., the La Paloma, Hong Kong. That was good enough for me. I got a cab and rode to the docks. The La Paloma was on fire and burning beautifully. I went back to my office to hold my aching head and think things over when the door opened. And a tall guy in a long black overcoat stood there with a package in his hands, making gurgling noises before he fell like a tree. He should have. He was dead. Look at him. He was a mate off the La Paloma. And wrapped up. It was black boy Maltese Falcon. Grabbed the phone and listened. It was Brigid O'Shaughnessy, and she said she was in trouble. I found her shivering in the dark corner of an office building, and I took her and the Falcon home to my apartment. I put her on the couch. The Falcon in the ice box where no one would think for anything nice. Came back.
Well, sir, we're all here. Now, let's sit down and be comfortable and talk.
Sure. Get away from me, Gunsel. You're not going to frisk me.
Stand still. Shut up.
Put your paw on me and I'm going to make you use that gun. Ask your boss if he wants me shot up before we talk.
Never mind, Wilmer. You're certainly a most headstrong individual, Mr. Spade. Well, let's be seated.
You too, Cairo. You can put your...
Mr. Spade, I was only using, how you say, caution.
You ready? Are you ready to make the first?
Well, as to that, here are $10,000, sir. Yes, sir. We were indeed. But this is genuine coin of the realm, sir. $10 of talk, and besides, there are more of us to be taken care of now.
Well, that may be, but I've got the Falcon.
I should not think it would be necessary to remind you, Mr. Spade, that though you have the Falcon, we certainly have you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to let that worry me. We'll come to the money later. There's another thing to be taken care of first. We've got to have a fall guy. The police have to have a victim. Someone they can stick up for all these murders.
Two murders, Mr. Spade. Thursby undoubtedly killed your partner.
All right, 2. What difference does it make? The point is we've got to give the police
Come, come, Mr. Spade. You cannot expect us to believe at this late date that you are the least afraid of the police, or that you're not even able to handle.
Victim when the time comes. If I don't, I'll be it. He always being the other one, didn't he? Anyway, he's made to order for the pot. Let's turn him over to the cops.
Get up on your feet. I've taken all the riding I'm gonna take. Get up. Shoot it out.
Now, Wilmer, don't shoot.
Gentlemen, there's our fall guy. And now, gentlemen, you agree, or I'll turn the Falcon and a whole lot of you in.
Mr. Spade, I don't like this. What if we took matters into our own hands and killed you?
You won't, or you'll never find the Falcon.
True. But there are other ways, sir. We could make you talk.
Nah, I'd take it and make you kill me, and then you'd end up the same way.
I believe you would too, sir.
Well?
I've always felt toward Wilmer like a father. But you can have him.
Swell. Let's get the details fixed. Why did he shoot Thursby?
Thursby was Miss O'Shaughnessy's ally. We thought, in disposing of him, that we would teach Miss O'Shaughnessy to patch up her differences with us regarding the Falcon.
And the mate from the La Paloma?
That was Miss O'Shaughnessy's fault. You see, Cairo got in touch with me when he saw the notice of the ship's arrival. He remembered that the mate and Miss O'Shaughnessy, he called on this man, but he, with Miss O'Shaughnessy and the bird, slipped through our fingers. We followed them to her apartment. He was coming down the fire escape. He shot him many times, but the man was tough and he did not drop the Falcon. We, persuaded Miss O'Shaughnessy to call your office. But unfortunately, she did not call in time to prevent you from meeting the mate and getting the Falcon.
I see.
And now, sir, would it be presumptuous if we asked to see the Falcon?
Okay. It's in my icebox.
Icebox? I say. Oh, you are a character, sir. Yes, yes. Very, very clever of you, very.
I got it! I got it!
Bring it in here at once.
Here, wrapped in this.
And now at last, after 23 years... Ah, it is it. But we shall make sure. Hand me your knife, sir.
Sure.
I will peel off some of this disfiguring enamel. It's a fake.
All right, O'Shaughnessy, you've had your little joke. Now tell us about it.
No, Sam, no! That's the one I got from the Russian. I swear.
You bungled it, Gutman. You and your stupid attempt to buy it. The Russian caught on how valuable it was. No wonder we had so little trouble stealing it. Hey, you imbecile! You bloated idiot!
Yes. This is the Russian's hand, there's no doubt of it. Well, sir, what do you suggest? Shall we stand here and shed tears and call each other names? Or shall we go to Istanbul and interview our Russian friend?
Go to Istanbul.
For 23 years, I wanted that little item, and I've been trying to get it for 23 years. If I must spend another year on the quest, well, that will be an added expenditure and time only.
I go with you. Wilmer's gone.
Wilmer's gone? So he has. That makes it imperative that we go too. Oh, by the way, sir, I'll trouble you for my envelope containing the $10,000.
Hey, I kept my end of the bargain, but I'll settle for $1,000 for expenses.
Thank you, sir. I'll allow you the $1,000.
That'll take care of my time.
Now, sir, we will say goodbye to you, unless you care to undertake the Istanbul expedition with us. You do not. I see. That's too bad. Well, sir, the shortest farewells are often the best. Adieu. And to you, Miss O'Shaughnessy, I leave the rara avis there on the table, just as a little memento. The Maltese Falcon. Very good indeed.
All right, O'Shaughnessy, talk.
Where shall I begin?
You came to me and asked me to have Thursby followed. I put my partner on it. He followed Thursby. He was killed. You must have known Thursby, must have told Thursby he was being followed.
I told him, yes, but please believe me, Sam. I wouldn't have told him if I'd have thought Floyd Thursby would kill your partner.
Miles didn't have many brains, but he had too many years' experience as a detective to get caught like that by a man he was shadowing up a blind alley with his gun tucked away in his hip and his overcoat buttoned. But he'd have gone up there with you, Angel. He was just dumb enough for that. And then you could have stood as close to him in the dark as you liked and put a bullet right through him.
Don't talk to me like that, Sam. You know I didn't know.
Stop it. Why did you shoot him?
I didn't mean to at first. I can't look at you and tell you this, Sam.
You thought Thursby would tackle him. If he got Thursby, then you were rid of him. If Thursby won, you had something on him. Enough to be rid of him for good. Wasn't that it?
Something like that.
But when Thursby backed down, you took the gun and did the job yourself.
Oh, Sam, sweetheart. From the very first instant I saw you, I knew.
You angel. Well, if you get a good break, you'll be out of San Quentin in 20 years and you can come back to me then. I hope they don't hang you, precious, by that sweet neck.
You know deep down in your heart that in spite of anything I've done, I love you.
I don't care who loves who. I'm not going to play the sap for you. I won't walk in Thursby's and I don't know how many others' footsteps. You killed my partner and you're going over for it.
Why must you do this to me, Sam? Surely your partner wasn't as much to you as... Listen to me. This won't do any good. You'll never understand me, but I'm going to try once and then give it up. Listen, when a man's partner is killed, he's supposed to do something about it. And it happens we're in the detective business. Well, when one of your organization gets killed, it's bad business to let the killer get away with it. Bad all around. Bad for every detective everywhere. You can't send me to the... Sam, you can't. You love me. You love me.
Maybe I do. What of it? Maybe next month I won't. I've been through it all before. Yeah, I'll have some rotten nights after I sent you over, but that'll pass. I want you, sure. But I won't take you at that price because all of me wants to, regardless of consequences. And because you counted on that with me, the same as you counted on that with all the others.
Oh, Sam, darling, kiss me, kiss me.
Sure, baby.
What are you doing? Who are you calling?
The cops, baby. The cops to come and take you away.
Just as thrilling as tracking down some fabulous treasure is the search for the unknown, which goes on increasingly in the Squibb Research Laboratories. For that is the search that leads to the discovery of new life-saving drugs and new life-saving uses for existing drugs. And streptomycin is one of the newest products of this searching. In the new field of medicine opened up by penicillin, streptomycin, still in the testing stages, shows great promise against additional enemies of mankind. That is why the Squibb scientists are working day and night to unlock the secrets of streptomycin, to improve the strain, to find and test all the ways in which it can be used to conquer disease. It is the same questing spirit, the refusal to stop anywhere short of perfection, that inspires the endeavors of the House of Squibb. It is the one reason why, whenever you come across it in the service of human health, Squib is a name you can trust. Now, next Wednesday, another great picture. The House of Squib will present Academy Award, starring Henry Fonda in Young Mr. Lincoln. Today's performances of the Maltese Falcon were written for radio by Frank Wilson, with an original music score composed and conducted by Joe Sensor. Our producer-director, D. Ellenbach, Humphrey Bogart, is soon to be seen in Big Sleep. Mary Astor appeared through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, producers of Technicolor musical Easy to Wed. Sidney Greenstreet is soon to be seen in Warner Brothers' The Verdict. This is Mrs. Hugh Bundridge bidding you a good night until next Wednesday at this same time, when you're invited to listen again to Academy Award, presented by the House of Squib, a name you can trust. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
All right, well, thanks everybody. There's, and anything that's new, we've got a few little technical details to iron out on this, and we hope to be doing some more of these soon. May even be inviting some participants that are maybe not local, maybe some former Reitz Theater people that have, moved off to other parts of the country. So this could be something fun to do. So once again, thank you all for watching, and have a very pleasant remainder of your day. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
You guys.